Do you ever find yourself longing for a deep, meaningful connection, yearning to manifest that perfect partner who completes you? What if I told you that the key to attracting love isn't out there in the world, but within your own mind? I remember one evening, long ago, sitting in my room, reflecting deeply on the nature of love. It was a thought I'd had many times before. Why do we feel so powerless when it comes to matters of the heart? I wondered why some people could effortlessly attract love, while others felt constantly adrift in loneliness, always searching but never finding. And then a revelation hit me. The power to manifest love was not found in searching for the right person, but in living as though the love was already yours. The first step is simple, yet profound. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Can you imagine yourself already in the relationship you desire? What does it feel like? When I began to live as though the love I sought was already part of my life, the world around me began to shift. I wasn't waiting for something to happen outside of me. No, I was creating it from within. One evening, I practiced this very technique. I closed my eyes and visualized the partner I desired, not merely in physical terms, but in the feeling of their presence, their love, and the joy we would share together. I let that feeling fill me completely. It became my reality, and in the days that followed, I found myself naturally drawn to places and people who embodied the love I had manifested in my imagination. In time, my ideal partner appeared, as if by magic, but I knew better. It wasn't magic. It was the law of creation, the law of attraction, operating through my inner world to shape my outer experience. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Experience in your imagination the joy of the love you desire, as if it has already happened. Your imagination is not just fantasy, it is the gateway to creating your reality. See and feel yourself in the loving relationship you want. Feel the love. The emotion is the creative force. The stronger the feeling, the faster it manifests. Picture your ideal partner vividly. Don't just see them, feel them. Hear their voice, feel their embrace, and live in that moment, as if it's happening right now. Let go of the need to control how love comes to you. Your job is simply to imagine and feel it. The universe will take care of the rest. Affirmations help reinforce the truth that you are worthy of love. Reaffirm daily that your ideal partner is already in your life. Do not wait for the physical appearance of your partner to feel their presence. Feel them with you now, and that feeling will pull them into your reality. Act and live as though your perfect relationship is already here. When you align yourself with the feeling of having it, the universe must conform. As I sit here reflecting on that moment, I realize how profound the experience was. The technique I used is the very one I've shared with you today, the technique of living in the end, of assuming the reality you wish to see. It is not some distant dream, it is a present reality waiting to be claimed. You see, the power of love, like all things, is in your hands. It's all about what you choose to imagine and believe. And when you align your thoughts and feelings with the love you desire, the world must obey. The ideal partner you seek is not a distant possibility, but a present reality if only you choose to live in the end. To manifest love, you must first understand the power of living in the end. This principle is simple but deeply transformative. When you speak of manifesting love or any other desire, you must realize that the key lies in assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It is not enough to wish for love or hope for it. You must live as though it is already part of your life. This means adopting the emotional state, the mindset, and the belief that the love you desire has already manifested in your experience. Let me take you through this. Imagine for a moment that you have already met your ideal partner. How do you feel? What is it like to be with them? Can you feel their presence beside you, even though they may not be physically there yet? This is the essence of living in the end. It is the ability to feel and imagine that your desire has already been fulfilled. The process of living in the end requires you to step away from the conventional idea of waiting for something to happen. Most people, when they desire love, live in a state of longing. They wait for their partner to appear. They wonder where they will meet them or how they will recognize them. But this state of waiting is one that perpetuates the feeling of lack. If you are waiting for something, you are inherently expressing that you do not have it yet. And as long as you hold that mindset, you will continue to attract circumstances that reflect the absence of your desire. So the first step is to shift your mindset. Instead of waiting for the perfect partner to show up, imagine that the perfect partner is already present. Begin to feel the emotions of love now, not later. Imagine waking up every morning with the feeling of being loved, cared for, and cherished by the partner you desire. Visualize the warmth of their embrace, the sound of their voice, and the joy you share together. Let this feeling saturate every part of your being. This is not about daydreaming or wishing for the future. It is about embodying the reality of what you want to experience. You must live in the emotional state of having it now, not in the emotional state of wanting it. The more vividly and deeply you feel that you already have the love you desire, the more you align yourself with the reality of that love. You see, the world around you responds to your internal state. It is not the physical actions or the external circumstances that bring your desire into being. It is the inner conviction and emotional alignment that shapes your external reality. When you feel that love is already yours, the world must reflect that feeling back to you. It is the law of correspondence. Your inner state will always be mirrored by the outer world. But this requires practice and persistence. It is not enough to imagine once or twice and then expect results. You must consistently and persistently live in the end. Every time a doubt arises, remind yourself that the love you seek is already yours. Every time you feel the pang of loneliness, reaffirm that you are already in the loving, fulfilling relationship that you desire. This is not an exercise in wishful thinking. It is a practice of emotional discipline and faith. The emotions that you cultivate within yourself act as the magnetic force that draws your desires toward you. The more strongly and vividly you feel the emotions of love, the stronger your magnetic pull becomes. But you must keep in mind that the emotions you feel are not dependent on external circumstances. They are entirely within your control. There is a very specific reason for this. The external world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner world. This is the great secret that so many people fail to grasp. They think that they must find love in the outer world before they can feel loved. But in truth, the love you desire must first be realized within yourself. When you align with the feeling of love, you are telling the universe, this is who I am, and this is what I am worthy of. And the universe, being an obedient reflection of your inner state, will respond accordingly. Now you may wonder, how do I know if I'm truly living in the end? How can I be certain that my feelings are aligned with my desire? The answer lies in the persistence of the feeling. Ask yourself, can I live today as though my ideal partner is already in my life? Can I carry the feeling of being loved and fulfilled in this moment? If you can truly answer yes to this, then you are living in the end. But if you catch yourself in moments of doubt or longing, remember that you are still holding the belief that love is something you have to wait for, rather than something you can become. In those moments, gently bring yourself back to the feeling of fulfillment. See yourself already in the loving relationship you desire. Feel the love as though it is real and present right now. The beauty of this practice is that it empowers you. You are no longer waiting for life to give you love. You are no longer dependent on external circumstances to create your emotional state. You become the creator of your reality, and your emotions are the creative force that shapes your world. To manifest love, you must live as though it is already here. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and let it fill your heart. The more you practice this, the more you will begin to see changes in your outer reality. You will notice new opportunities, new people, and new experiences that align with the love you have already claimed. And eventually, your ideal partner will appear, drawn to you by the magnetic force of your emotions and your wavering belief that love is already yours. So, as you go through your day, ask yourself, how can I live today as though I am already in the relationship I desire? And as you begin to answer this question, you will start to realize that love is not something you are waiting for. It is something you are already living. It is already yours, and the world will reflect that truth back to you. To manifest the love you desire, it is crucial to understand and believe in the true power of your imagination. Imagination is not merely a tool for fantasy, but the creative force that shapes your reality. You are not a passive observer of your life, waiting for circumstances to dictate your experiences. Instead, you are the creator, the architect, the artist of your world. Through the power of your imagination, you can bring any desire, including the love you seek, into your life. When it comes to manifesting love, the imagination serves as the medium through which the world around you is reshaped. It is not about just picturing your ideal partner in a distant future, but about feeling and living the experience in your mind as though it is happening right now. The imagination is where the world of possibility meets the physical world, and it is through this realm that all things are brought into form. To begin this process, you must first learn to see the world not as it appears, but as it can be. You are not bound by what is physically in front of you. You are free to create new possibilities, to create new circumstances. In this moment, you can imagine a reality where love is abundant and yours to claim. But you must first truly believe that your imagination is the key to manifesting this reality. When you imagine, you are not merely seeing images in your mind. You are entering into a state of being. You are experiencing the emotions, the sensations, and the reality of your imagined desires. This is where many people falter. They think imagining is simply about thinking about what they want. But imagining is not thinking, it is feeling. It is living as though the love you desire is already yours. Let's consider this. Imagine that you are in a beautiful relationship with your ideal partner. Picture the joy, the laughter, the connection you share. Visualize the moments of tenderness, the way they look at you with love, the way they support you, care for you, and cherish you. Feel the warmth of their presence, the security of their love. Don't just see this in your mind's eye, but allow yourself to experience it fully. Feel the joy, the satisfaction, and the fulfillment of being loved by this person. This is the essence of using your imagination. The key here is emotional involvement. Without the emotional charge, your imagination remains just a passing thought. It is the emotional energy behind the image that breathes life into it. When you imagine, you must pour your heart into the image. Feel the love in your body, in your soul. This is how you draw the experience into your life. Imagination is not just a mental exercise, it is an emotional one. In your imagination, you are not waiting for something to happen. You are living in the end, as though the love you seek is already here. It is a state of fulfillment, not desire. You are no longer yearning or longing for love, because you have already become one with it. This shift in perspective is critical. The more you imagine, and the more emotionally involved you become, the more you will begin to see shifts in your outer world. One of the most powerful tools you have in manifesting love through imagination is the ability to mentally rehearse your desired relationship as if it is already happening. Just as an actor rehearses their lines and actions to prepare for a role, you must rehearse the feeling of being in the loving relationship you desire. This mental rehearsal, when done with conviction and belief, begins to imprint your subconscious mind with the reality of your desire. As you continue to mentally rehearse, something magical happens. Your subconscious mind begins to accept the new reality you are creating as true. It no longer sees the love you seek as something distant, unattainable, or in the future. It accepts it as present now. The more you reinforce this mental image with your emotional involvement, the stronger your belief becomes. Your subconscious mind begins to work on your behalf, attracting circumstances, people, and opportunities that align with the love you have imagined. When you understand the power of your imagination, you realize that you are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. You do not have to wait for love to come to you from outside forces. The love you desire already exists within the realm of your imagination. You simply need to focus on it, feel it, and make it real in your inner world. It is important to note that when you imagine love, you are not imagining the person you think you want, but the feeling of being loved. This is the core of the process. You do not need to fixate on the external form or appearance of your partner. Instead, focus on the internal experience of love. The person you attract into your life will be the one who aligns with the feelings you have cultivated in your imagination. Another critical element of using your imagination effectively is consistency. You cannot imagine love once and expect it to manifest immediately. It is not a one-time event, but a continual process of reinforcing the reality of love in your mind. Imagine your ideal relationship every day. Feel the emotions associated with it, and make it as real as possible in your mind's eye. The more consistent you are with your imaginal acts, the more quickly they will be impressed upon your subconscious, and the faster the outer world will begin to conform to your inner state. In this process, patience is essential. The physical world is not always going to reflect your desires immediately. But the more you remain true to the feeling of love, the more the world around you will begin to shift. Just as the seeds of a plant must be nurtured before they bear fruit, so too must your imaginings be nurtured until they bloom into your reality. In summary, to manifest love through imagination, you must first embrace the understanding that your imagination is not just a passive daydream, but the very force that shapes your life. It is the tool through which you bring your desires into physical form. By imagining the love you seek and becoming emotionally involved in the experience, you begin to align yourself with the reality of love. Your imagination, when used correctly, is the most powerful tool you have for attracting the love you desire. When it comes to manifesting love, one of the most powerful tools at your disposal is the ability to connect deeply with the emotions tied to your desire. It is not enough to simply picture your ideal partner or think about the love you want. You must feel the love, really feel it. Emotion is the driving force behind all creation. When you deeply connect with the emotions of what you desire, you open the door for that desire to manifest into reality. Imagine for a moment that you are in the perfect relationship. You are with the person who loves you completely, who supports you, and who cherishes every moment spent together. How does it feel? What emotions arise within you when you think about this relationship? Can you feel the warmth of their affection, the security of their love, and the happiness that fills every part of your being? It is this feeling, this emotional connection, that is the key to manifesting the love you desire. Many people overlook the importance of emotion when it comes to manifesting their desires. They may visualize their ideal partner or speak affirmations, but if they do not feel the emotions associated with their desire, they are only going through the motions without truly activating the creative power of their imagination. The emotions you feel are the fuel that powers your manifesting engine. Without this emotional energy, your desires remain stagnant and unmanifested. But when you fully engage with the emotions of love, you send a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. Think of it like this. When you think about the love you want, it is like planting a seed. But when you feel the love, when you truly connect with the emotions of it, it is like watering that seed and nurturing it into life. The stronger and more vivid the emotions, the quicker the seed of your desire will begin to grow. And just as a seed needs time to grow and mature, so too does your emotional energy need time to impress your subconscious mind, allowing it to take shape in your outer reality. Emotions are not just random feelings, they are the bridge between your inner world and the outer world. They are the language that the universe speaks. The emotions you feel are the vibrations that send out a signal, attracting the people, circumstances, and events that match those vibrations. If you are consistently feeling the emotions of love, you are sending out a signal that says, I am ready to receive love. And the universe must respond by bringing those experiences into your life. The emotional connection to your desire is so powerful because it communicates directly with your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind does not respond to logic or reason. It responds to emotions. When you feel the emotions of being loved, your subconscious mind begins to accept that love as your new reality. It does not know the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So when you imagine yourself in a loving relationship and feel the emotions of that relationship, your subconscious mind begins to believe that this love is already a part of your life. And once the subconscious mind accepts a new belief, it begins to work to bring that belief into your physical reality. You may have heard the saying, what you feel, you attract. This is not just a catchy phrase, it is a universal truth. The emotional vibrations you emit are the very things that attract your experiences. If you constantly feel love, if you constantly feel joy, and if you constantly feel gratitude for the love you already have in your life, you are aligning yourself with the energy of love. And the more you align yourself with this energy, the more it will manifest in your life. But there is another important aspect to this process: consistency. To truly manifest love, you must make it a practice to feel the emotions of love every single day. It cannot be something you do once in a while. The more consistently you connect with the feelings of love, the faster you will begin to see results. The emotions you feel must be a constant undercurrent in your life, flowing beneath the surface of your daily thoughts and actions. This does not mean you must constantly be thinking about love, but it does mean that you must continuously return to the emotional state of love, especially when doubts or negative thoughts arise. This emotional consistency will begin to reshape your internal world. As you practice feeling love, as you practice connecting with the emotions of your ideal relationship, you will begin to see your thoughts and beliefs shift. You will begin to see yourself as deserving of love, as capable of attracting love, and as already living in the reality of love. The emotions you feel act as the internal blueprint for your outer reality. And as your internal blueprint becomes stronger and clearer, the universe begins to align your external circumstances to match that blueprint. It is important to remember that love, like any other desire, is not something you need to chase or strive for. It is something you need to embody. You are not waiting for love to find you. You are not hoping that one day you will meet the right person. You are actively living in the emotional state of love. You are actively creating the feeling of being loved and being in a loving relationship. And when you do this, the world must respond. The people you meet, the experiences you have, and the opportunities that present themselves will all align with the emotional state of love you have cultivated within yourself. As you continue to feel the emotions of love, you will notice that your external world begins to reflect those emotions. The people around you will start to treat you with more love and respect. Opportunities for love and connection will appear more frequently. And eventually the ideal partner you have been imagining will show up in your life, drawn to you by the magnetic force of your emotions. In this process, it is important to stay patient and trust that your emotional energy is working behind the scenes to bring your desires to fruition. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a full plant, so too will your emotional energy take time to manifest as a physical experience. But with consistent emotional alignment and belief, your manifestation of love is inevitable. The more you feel love, the more love will flow into your life. Your emotions are the key to unlocking the love you seek. And once you master the art of feeling love, you will see that love is not something you need to find. It is something that has always been available to you, ready to be experienced in its fullness. And as you feel it, you will attract it, just as law of attraction promises. To manifest the love you desire, you must first realize that your state of consciousness plays a pivotal role in shaping your reality. The world around you is a reflection of your inner beliefs, thoughts, and emotions. If you believe that love is difficult to find, that it is something that happens to other people, or that you are not worthy of true love, then that will be reflected in your experience. Conversely, if you hold the belief that love is abundant, that you are worthy of love, and that your ideal partner is already making their way to you, then your external world will begin to align with that belief. The key to manifesting love lies in shifting your internal state of consciousness, in transforming your mindset and beliefs about love. Often, people are caught in a cycle of negative self-talk and limiting beliefs that block them from attracting the love they desire. They may think, "I'm not good enough, I'm too old, I'll never find the right person, or love is hard to come by." These beliefs create a vibrational frequency that repels love, rather than attracting it. If you want to change your external experience, you must begin by changing your internal narrative. Start by examining your beliefs about love. What do you truly believe about love and relationships? Do you believe that love is easy to find? Or do you believe that it is something that takes time and effort? Do you believe that you are worthy of a loving, fulfilling relationship? Or do you think that you have to settle for less? The beliefs you hold about love create the foundation upon which your experiences are built. If your beliefs are rooted in scarcity, fear, or doubt, then that is what you will continue to experience. But if your beliefs are rooted in abundance, trust, and faith, you will begin to see evidence of that love in your life. Changing your beliefs about love requires introspection and awareness. You must be willing to challenge the thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you and replace them with ones that align with the love you desire. This can be done by questioning your limiting beliefs and affirming new, empowering truths. For example, instead of believing, I'll never find someone who loves me. Shift to, I am deserving of love, and the perfect partner is already on their way to me. This shift in belief begins to alter your internal state, and when your internal state changes, so too will your external reality. The process of changing your beliefs about love also involves understanding the law of assumption. The law of assumption states that whatever you assume to be true will become true in your experience. If you assume that you are deserving of a loving, healthy relationship, then that assumption will become your reality. If you assume that love is difficult to find, then that assumption will also manifest in your life. This is why it is so important to choose beliefs that align with your desires. If you want to manifest love, you must assume that love is already yours, that you are worthy of it, and that it is already coming to you. One powerful way to shift your beliefs about love is to immerse yourself in the feelings of love and gratitude every day. Take a moment each day to close your eyes and imagine yourself in the loving, fulfilling relationship you desire. Feel the joy, the security, and the warmth of being loved. Imagine how it feels to be with your ideal partner, to share your life with the pure punch of your life a day. The more vividly you can imagine these feelings, the more you impress them upon your subconscious mind. And as these feelings become more deeply ingrained in your subconscious, they begin to shape your external reality. You must also practice gratitude for the love you already have in your life. This gratitude sends a powerful signal to the universe that you are open to receiving more love. When you are grateful for the love you already have, whether it's love from family, friends, or even self-love, you create a vibrational frequency that attracts more love into your life. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for manifesting, as it aligns your energy with abundance and invites more of what you are thankful for into your experience. As you continue to change your internal state and beliefs about love, you will begin to see shifts in your external world. You will notice that your interactions with others become more loving, that your sense of self-worth improves, and that you are attracting people who align with the energy of love you are cultivating. Your ideal partner will begin to show up in your life, not because you are desperately searching for them, but because you have already assumed the feeling of love and allowed it to flow into your life. One of the most powerful aspects of manifesting love is the recognition that you are not dependent on anyone or anything outside of yourself for your happiness. When you begin to see love as something that comes from within, something that you are already worthy of and deserving of, you no longer rely on external circumstances to bring you fulfillment. This inner state of fulfillment is magnetic. It draws to you the love and experiences that match the vibration you are emitting. Another important aspect of shifting your beliefs is recognizing that you must let go of any attachment to how love will manifest. Many people fall into the trap of focusing too much on the external form of their desire. They may fixate on the idea of meeting their perfect partner in a specific way or at a specific time. However, when you focus too much on the form, you may limit the ways in which love can enter your life. Instead, let go of attachment to the details and trust that the universe will bring your ideal partner to you in the perfect way at the perfect time. The more you can release any resistance or expectations around how love will manifest, the more easily it will flow into your life. Ultimately, the key to manifesting love lies in shifting your internal state to one of love, abundance, and self-worth. By changing your beliefs about love, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and cultivating an emotional state that aligns with love, you create the perfect conditions for love to manifest in your life. As your internal beliefs about love shift, your external experiences will begin to mirror that new reality. When you believe that love is already yours and assume that it is on its way to you, the universe will respond by bringing that love into your life, often in ways that are even better than you could have imagined. In the process of manifesting love, one of the most important factors to recognize is that your reality is shaped by the images you hold in your mind and the beliefs you choose to embrace. Many individuals spend their lives unaware of the profound influence their thoughts have on the events and experiences they encounter. When it comes to manifesting love, it is crucial to understand that your mental images and internal dialogue are the building blocks of your reality. The power of mental imagery cannot be overstated. The mind is a powerful tool that can either create or destroy. What you focus on, what you visualize, and the mental images you hold of yourself and your relationships will ultimately shape your experiences. If you spend your days imagining a life filled with love, imagining yourself in a happy, fulfilling relationship with the ideal partner, then you are impressing those images upon your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind, in turn, works to bring these images into reality, aligning your external world with your internal vision. The key is to consciously and deliberately create mental images that align with your desires. If you want to manifest love, begin by visualizing yourself in the kind of relationship you wish to experience. See yourself as deeply loved, supported, and cherished by your ideal partner. Imagine the way they look at you with admiration and affection, the way they treat you with kindness, respect, and understanding. Picture the joy you share together in simple moments, the laughter, the love, the intimacy. See yourself experiencing all the emotions that come with being in a loving, harmonious relationship. It is not enough to simply think about these things. You must engage with them on a deeper level. The mental imagery you create must be vivid and detailed, but more importantly, it must be emotionally charged. To manifest love, you need to feel the emotions of love as though they are happening right now. You must live in the end result of your desire. Imagine that the love you seek is already yours and feel the joy, gratitude, and fulfillment that comes with it. The more real and emotionally charged these mental images become, the more powerfully they will be impressed upon your subconscious mind. Many people fail to see the power of mental imagery because they don't understand how deeply their subconscious mind is influenced by the images they hold. Your subconscious mind is a storehouse of beliefs, memories, and experiences that shape how you see the world. When you constantly visualize love and a loving relationship, you are reprogramming your subconscious to accept that love is a natural and integral part of your life. Over time, these new beliefs begin to filter into your conscious awareness and shape the way you interact with the world. You begin to see opportunities for love where you may have previously seen obstacles. You start to attract people who resonate with the love you are now imagining. The process of creating and maintaining mental imagery is an ongoing one. It is not enough to visualize your ideal relationship once and expect immediate results. Consistency is key. The more frequently you engage in these visualizations and emotional exercises, the more quickly your subconscious mind will begin to accept the new reality. It is through repeated mental imagery, practiced over time, that the seeds of your desires are sown in your subconscious mind. Once these seeds take root, they begin to sprout and grow, eventually manifesting in your external reality. As you continue to practice visualization, you must also pay attention to your inner dialogue. What are the thoughts you entertain throughout the day? Are you constantly thinking about love, imagining your ideal relationship, and feeling the emotions of that love? Or are you focused on thoughts of doubt, fear, and lack? Your inner dialogue plays a critical role in shaping your reality. If you are constantly telling yourself that love is hard to find, or that you will never meet the right person, then that is the energy you are sending out into the world. Conversely, if you are affirming to yourself that love is abundant, and that your ideal partner is already on their way, you are sending out a different energy, one of confidence, trust, and openness to love. Your mental imagery and inner dialogue must align. You cannot afford to create beautiful, loving mental pictures only to sabotage them with negative or self-defeating thoughts. It is important to train your mind to focus on what you want, not what you fear. The more you can shift your thinking toward thoughts of love, the more you will begin to see that love manifest in your life. This process of creating positive mental images and affirming loving thoughts can be accelerated through the use of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool that aligns your energy with abundance. When you are grateful for the love that already exists in your life, whether it is love from friends, family, or even self-love, you are amplifying the frequency of love in your world. Gratitude also sends a signal to your subconscious mind that you are open and ready to receive more love. The more you practice gratitude for the love you have now, the more you create space for even greater love to enter your life. As you consistently engage with mental imagery and positive inner dialogue, you will begin to notice changes in your outer reality. The people you meet, the circumstances you encounter, and the opportunities that arise will all be aligned with the love you have been imagining. This is the law of attraction in action. Your mental images and thoughts are the magnetic force that draws these experiences to you. When you think about love, visualize love, and feel the emotions of love, you are actively attracting it into your life. One of the most important aspects of manifesting love through mental imagery is to live in the assumption that the love you desire is already here. Many people make the mistake of thinking that they need to wait for love to come to them before they can experience it. But this is not how manifestation works. To manifest love, you must assume that it is already yours. You must live in the end result of your desire. When you do this, you shift your energy from one of lack to one of abundance. You are no longer waiting for love. You are living in love. And when you live in love, love cannot help but flow to you. In the end, the mental images you create, the thoughts you think, and the feelings you generate all work together to manifest the love you desire. Your mental imagery acts as the blueprint. Your thoughts provide the structure, and your emotions breathe life into it. The more vividly and consistently you engage with these practices, the faster your desired reality will appear. Love is not something you have to search for. It is something that already exists within you. By aligning your thoughts, images, and emotions with love, you are simply allowing that love to come to the forefront of your life. To manifest love, one of the most powerful and effective practices you can engage in is the concept of living in the end. This means that instead of waiting for love to show up or seeking it externally, you must embody the feeling of already being in the loving relationship you desire. The truth is that love, like any other desire, is already present in the inner world. The outer world simply reflects what is going on within you. Therefore, to manifest the love you seek, you must begin by assuming that the love you want is already a part of your life, and then you must live and act as though it is. Many people make the mistake of thinking that love is something that must come from an external source, that it must be given to them by someone else. They may feel incomplete or empty until they find that perfect person who will fill that void. But the key to manifesting love is to understand that love is not something you need to seek or find. It is something you must first embody and then attract. It starts with you. The idea of living in the end can be illustrated with a simple example. Imagine that you are already in the relationship of your dreams. Picture yourself with your ideal partner, sharing moments of happiness and love. How does that feel? What emotions arise when you imagine being in this loving relationship? Are you filled with joy, peace, security, and excitement? Now, here's the crucial part. You must carry these feelings with you, even in the absence of the physical manifestation. You must live in the assumption that this relationship already exists for you. This may sound simple, but many people resist this practice because they are attached to the idea of how their desires will manifest. They are constantly focused on the external circumstances, waiting for signs, waiting for the right person to show up, or waiting for their reality to change. But the key to living in the end is to detach from the how and instead focus on the feeling of already having what you desire. Living in the end is about accepting the reality of your desires as if they have already come to pass. When you make the shift to living in the end, you are no longer waiting for love to arrive. Instead, you are living as though you are already experiencing love. This shift in perception is what brings your desires into your reality. You must feel loved, complete, and fulfilled in the present moment, regardless of external circumstances. To make this practice effective, it is important to start with the feeling of love itself. This means stepping into the emotional state of being in a loving relationship before it physically manifests. It's about feeling the emotions of love, joy, connection, and fulfillment in the present moment. Imagine that your ideal partner is already in your life. How do you feel in their presence? How do you feel when you think about the love you share? It's crucial that you connect with these emotions and live in them daily. When you consistently immerse yourself in these feelings, you begin to align your vibration with the energy of love, and that energy starts to attract similar experiences into your life. Many people find it difficult to live in the end because they have been conditioned to think that their reality must first change before they can feel the way they want to feel. They think that they need to have the physical relationship in order to experience the feelings of love. But the truth is that the feelings of love must come first. Once you begin to embody the emotional state of already being in a loving relationship, your outer reality will reflect that internal shift. This process can be aided by visualization. Visualization is a powerful tool that allows you to mentally place yourself in the end result of your desire. In your mind, see yourself in the relationship you desire. See yourself happy in love and deeply connected with your ideal partner. Feel the joy, the warmth, and the fulfillment of being in this relationship. Imagine the small moments that make up this beautiful connection, the way they hold your hand, the way they look at you, the way they speak to you with love and care. The more vivid and detailed these visualizations become, the more they will impress your subconscious mind and make your desire feel like an inevitable reality. In addition to visualization, it is important to practice affirmation. Affirmations are a tool that allows you to continually affirm your desired reality. The affirmation, "I am in a loving, fulfilling relationship," or "My ideal partner loves me deeply and fully," can be powerful statements that align your mind with your desired reality. The key to effective affirmation is repetition. By repeating these statements daily and truly feeling the emotions behind them, you are continuously reinforcing the assumption that your love is already here. Living in the end also involves changing your beliefs about love. Often people have deeply ingrained beliefs that love is hard to find, or that they are not deserving of love. These beliefs act as a block to manifesting the love they desire. To overcome these beliefs, you must replace them with empowering ones. Replace the thought, "I'll never find true love," with, "I am deserving of love, and love is already on its way to me." The more you replace limiting beliefs with positive affirmations and empowering beliefs, the more your external reality will begin to shift. Another important aspect of living in the end is to be in harmony with your desire. This means that you must allow yourself to feel and experience the love you want without any resistance or doubt. If you constantly doubt that your ideal partner is coming, or that you will ever find love, you are sending out a signal of resistance. When you live in the end, you must let go of any thoughts or feelings of lack. You must assume that love is already here, and that the relationship you desire is already a part of your reality. Living in the end is not a one-time practice, but a continuous state of being. It is something you must commit to every day, regardless of your external circumstances. The more you practice this way of living, the more natural it will become, and the more quickly your desires will materialize. When you live in the end, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you already have. You begin to radiate the energy of love, and that energy attracts more love into your life. To manifest love, you must become the embodiment of love. You must live as though love is already yours. The more you practice living in the end, the more quickly your reality will shift to reflect that assumption. The key is to trust in the process, let go of the how, and focus solely on the feeling of love. When you do this, the universe will respond, and your ideal partner will appear. In order to manifest love, one of the most important elements to understand is the role that faith plays in shaping your reality. Faith is not simply belief in something that might happen in the future. Rather, it is the unshakable certainty that what you desire is already yours, even before it appears in your physical reality. Faith is the key that unlocks the doors to manifestation. It is through the lens of faith that we begin to see the invisible and make it visible. When it comes to love, faith operates as the foundation of your experience. You must trust in the unseen, believe in what is not yet physically apparent, and act as though love is already yours. In many ways, love is an invisible force. It exists in the realm of emotions, energy, and vibrations. While you cannot physically see love before it manifests, you can feel it. Faith in the process of manifestation is what allows you to experience the feeling of love, even before it shows up in your external life. This faith is not blind faith, but a knowing and inner conviction that your desires are already in motion. It is this deep trust in the unseen that allows love to flow to you naturally, without resistance or doubt. One of the greatest obstacles to manifesting love is doubt. Doubt creates an energetic resistance that prevents the love you desire from entering your life. When you doubt that love is coming, you are essentially placing your energy in opposition to the very thing you want. This doubt may come in the form of thoughts like, I'm not worthy of love. I've been hurt too many times, or love never works out for me. These thoughts create a vibration of lack and limitation, which is exactly what you will continue to experience. Faith, on the other hand, dissolves doubt. It replaces uncertainty with confidence and trust. To cultivate faith in the manifestation of love, it is important to understand that the feeling of faith is what attracts your desire. Faith is not about waiting for the perfect conditions to manifest. It's about living as though your desire is already here. Faith is not about seeking evidence of love outside of yourself, but rather about trusting in the internal knowing that it is already yours. The more you believe in the power of faith, the more you begin to experience love in every aspect of your life. When you focus on the feeling of love, you are aligning yourself with the energy of love. Imagine yourself already in the relationship you desire, feeling the joy, connection, and peace that come with it. As you cultivate this feeling, you are sending out a signal to the universe that you are ready and open to receive love. The key is to remain steadfast in your faith, even when there is no visible evidence of love in your life. Faith requires you to trust in the process and to believe that what you desire is on its way, even if you cannot yet see it with your physical eyes. This is where the concept of living in the end becomes critical. To truly manifest love, you must live as though the relationship you desire is already here. You must embody the feelings of love, happiness, and fulfillment that come with being in a loving relationship. This is where faith and imagination work hand in hand. Your imagination, when combined with faith, becomes a powerful tool for manifestation. The more vividly you can imagine yourself in the love you desire, the more you strengthen your faith in its eventual appearance. A common mistake people make is that they wait for love to show up before they begin to feel the emotions of love. They believe that once the perfect partner comes into their life, then they will finally feel happy and complete. However, this is a backwards way of thinking. True manifestation occurs when you begin to feel the emotions of your desire, not when the external circumstances align with your desires. You must feel the love now, in the present moment, and trust that the universe will align itself to reflect that internal state. One of the most powerful ways to build faith is through affirmation. By consistently affirming that you are deserving of love, that love is already on its way to you, and that you are already in a loving relationship, you begin to create a mental atmosphere of certainty. Faith grows stronger with repetition. The more you affirm your desire, the more deeply it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. Eventually, your faith in the process will be so strong that you will no longer have to question whether love is coming. You will simply know that it is. Another important aspect of faith is trust in the timing of your manifestation. Many people become discouraged when they don't see immediate results or when their desires don't manifest as quickly as they would like. However, faith involves trusting that everything is unfolding in perfect timing. Love may not appear on your exact timeline, but that doesn't mean it isn't on its way. Trust that the universe knows the perfect time for everything to align. When you release your attachment to specific timelines and let go of impatience, you create the space for love to come to you more effortlessly. It is also important to remember that faith does not mean passivity. While faith requires trust and surrender, it also requires active engagement in the process of manifestation. You must actively work on your own belief systems, actively engage in feelings of love and gratitude, and actively imagine yourself in the loving relationship you desire. Faith is not a passive waiting game. It is a dynamic, powerful force that propels you toward your desires. Faith in love means that you trust not only in the external manifestation of your desire, but also in your own ability to attract and receive love. You must believe that you are worthy of the love you seek. If you do not believe that you are worthy of love, you will continue to push it away, even if you are consciously seeking it. Cultivate a deep belief in your own worth and know that love is your natural state. When you embrace your worthiness, you will begin to see that the love you desire has always been within you, waiting to be expressed. Ultimately, faith in love is about knowing that the love you seek is already within you, and it is simply waiting to be expressed outwardly. As you cultivate faith in your ability to manifest love, you begin to feel that love in every aspect of your life. Your faith becomes the bridge between your inner world and your outer world, and it is through this bridge that love will flow to you. Trust in the process, trust in yourself, and trust in the power of faith to bring the love you desire into your life. When you do this, love will come to you effortlessly, as it is a natural extension of the faith you hold within. To manifest love successfully, it is essential to understand the importance of living with a sense of self-love. Self-love is not about being self-centered or narcissistic. It is about understanding your worth, honoring your own needs, and cultivating a deep respect for yourself. Only when you truly love yourself can you attract the love that reflects that inner sense of self-worth. This is one of the most profound truths in the manifestation process, especially when it comes to attracting a partner who will mirror the love you have for yourself. Self-love is the foundation upon which all other forms of love are built. When you are filled with love for yourself, you are in alignment with the universal energy of love, and this energy naturally attracts more love into your life. When you don't love yourself, however, you send out vibrations of lack and unworthiness, which can prevent the love you desire from coming into your reality. The truth is that we are always attracting experiences that match the vibration we are emitting. If you are constantly feeling unworthy or unloved, then the people and situations that show up in your life will reflect those feelings. On the other hand, when you love and appreciate yourself, you radiate that positive energy, and the universe responds by bringing you experiences that reflect that love. The first step in cultivating self-love is to shift your internal dialogue. Pay close attention to how you speak to yourself. Do you treat yourself with kindness, compassion, and understanding? Or do you criticize yourself, focusing on your perceived flaws and shortcomings? The way you speak to yourself shapes your self-worth and influences how others perceive you. If you constantly berate yourself, you are telling your subconscious mind that you are not deserving of love, and that belief will be reflected in your external reality. Conversely, if you speak to yourself with love and encouragement, you create a powerful foundation for attracting love into your life. One of the most effective ways to cultivate self-love is to practice self-acceptance. This means accepting all parts of yourself, both your strengths and your imperfections. Many people struggle with self-acceptance because they focus on their perceived flaws or mistakes, constantly seeking perfection. But perfection is an illusion. No one is perfect, and the key to manifesting love is to embrace yourself as you are, flaws and all. When you accept yourself fully, you release any feelings of inadequacy or shame, allowing love to flow freely to you. Self-love also involves setting boundaries that honor your needs and values. Many people, especially those who struggle with self-worth, have difficulty setting healthy boundaries in relationships. They may feel that they must please others or sacrifice their own needs in order to be loved. However, true love begins with respecting yourself enough to set boundaries that protect your well-being. When you set boundaries, you communicate to the universe that you value yourself and your time. And this sends a powerful message to others that you are deserving of love and respect. Another important aspect of self-love is taking care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Self-love is not just an internal feeling, it is also about taking actions that nurture and support yourself. This means eating nourishing foods, engaging in regular physical activity, resting when needed, and surrounding yourself with people who uplift and support you. It also means addressing any emotional wounds or past traumas that may be blocking your ability to receive love. Healing your emotional wounds is an essential part of cultivating self-love, because it allows you to release any negative beliefs or fears that may be preventing you from fully embracing love. In addition to taking care of your physical and emotional health, it is also important to practice self-compassion. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a close friend. When you make mistakes or experience challenges, instead of criticizing yourself, offer yourself compassion and encouragement. Understand that you are human, and it is okay to make mistakes. In fact, it is through our mistakes that we grow and learn. When you can show yourself compassion, you build a stronger, more resilient sense of self-love. When you love yourself deeply, you naturally begin to raise your vibration, and this higher vibration attracts more positive experiences, including love, into your life. The more love you give to yourself, the more you open up to receiving love from others. It's important to remember that you cannot give what you do not have. If you do not love yourself, it will be difficult for others to love you in the way that you desire. However, when you are filled with self-love, you create an energetic space that allows love to flow freely into your life. This not only attracts romantic love, but also attracts love in all forms, including friendship, family, and self-compassion. In the manifestation process, it is essential to live as if the love you desire is already yours. However, you cannot fully embody this mindset until you have first established a deep sense of self-love. This means that you must approach love from a place of fullness, not from a place of lack. When you approach love from a sense of lack, you are constantly seeking it from external sources, hoping that someone else will fill the void. But when you love yourself fully, you are already complete, and love becomes an overflow that you share with others. You are not seeking love to fill a hole, but rather sharing the abundance of love that you have cultivated within yourself. As you continue to develop self-love, it is important to remember that love is not something that is earned or deserved based on your actions. Love is your natural state. You are inherently worthy of love simply because you exist. When you truly embrace this truth, you stop seeking validation from others and begin to rely on your own inner sense of worth. This shift in mindset allows you to attract love from a place of confidence and inner peace, rather than from a place of neediness or desperation. One of the most profound shifts that occurs when you cultivate self-love is that you begin to radiate love outwardly. As you fill yourself with love, you become a magnet for love, and this energy attracts people who resonate with your vibration. The more love you have for yourself, the more love you will attract into your life. It becomes a cycle of positive energy, where self-love leads to the manifestation of love from others, and the love you receive from others further nourishes your sense of self-love. The key to manifesting the love you desire is to start with yourself. Love yourself fully and unapologetically, and everything else will fall into place. When you are in alignment with your own sense of worth and value, you become a magnet for the love you seek. The universe will mirror your self-love and bring people into your life who reflect the same love and respect that you give to yourself. It all begins with you, your love for yourself, your belief in your worthiness, and your openness to receiving love. When you make self-love a priority, love will flow effortlessly into your life, bringing you the relationship you have always desired. In conclusion, manifesting love is a deeply personal and transformative process, rooted in the understanding that all love begins within. Through the practice of self-love, faith, living in the end, and trusting in the unseen, we come to realize that love is not something we need to chase or seek externally, but something we must first embody and nurture within ourselves. By cultivating the feelings of already being in a loving relationship, we align ourselves with the vibration of love and attract the perfect partner into our lives. Every aspect of the manifestation process, from the clarity of intention to the unwavering faith that love is already ours, plays a critical role in bringing that love into our physical reality. Our inner world, beliefs, thoughts, and emotions create our outer reality, and by shifting those inner conditions, we can transform our experiences and attract the love we truly deserve. When we stop waiting for love to come from an external source, and instead realize that love is always available within us, we open the door to the manifestation of the relationship we desire. Trusting the process, letting go of doubt, and fully embracing the love we already possess empowers us to create and experience the deepest, most fulfilling connections. The universe mirrors back to us the love we believe we are worthy of, and it is through self-acceptance, faith, and living as if we already have it that we bring this love to life. Ultimately, love is a natural, abundant energy that flows freely when we align with it. By changing our inner dialogue, cultivating self-worth, and embracing the love that resides within us, we become magnetic to the loving relationships we seek. The journey of manifesting love is not about finding someone to complete us, but rather about recognizing that we are already complete, and everything else flows from that realization.